There was a viewer who pointed out last time that there were some items that I missed here in Costa del Sol. I was gonna save them till later. There's no reason to do that. I was just gonna come back later to do the side quest anyways. But if you come into the basement, there are some items you can pick up, including a power source. Apparently this guy, is totally cool. That's just stealing his stuff. Motor drive. This is actually a weapon for Tifa. She's not in my party right now, so it's a double growth materia weapon, I believe. Anyways, we'll talk to this guy later on, and he will eventually try to sell this place to us. It's either him that does it or this guy in here. But anyways, we can buy this place later in the game. I was just going to come back and grab those items then, but if you want to grab them now, go for it. Okay, I'll meet you back at that cave where I left off last time. Alright, we've made it back. Let's go ahead and head into this cave. Not really a cave, but I mean, it looked like it from the outside, but from here it doesn't look like it. Looks more like we're climbing the mountain than going through it. Seems like Sephiroth is always just ahead of us. Alright. Remember, the goal is to allow Barret to get as many kills as possible. Make sure he's using Materia magic during these battles and doing most of the killing for you, so you can start working on his level 3 limit breaks. Also, have Cloud with the Fury status so you can build up his limit breaks as quickly as possible. Now, we want him to use Meteor Rain as many times as we can so we can unlock the next limit break. One thing I wanted to show you in one of the last episodes is that over here in the level 2 limits for Aeris, Fury brand, what that does is basically fill up the other party members' limit breaks. So it's actually pretty useful for learning limit breaks, because what you want to do is see, as soon as I get Cloud, because he's almost got his limit right now, as soon as I get him up and he uses it, I'll use Aeris limit break to fill it up again on the next turn, so he can use it twice in one battle. Makes it go a lot faster when you're trying to learn those limits. Very useful limit break that Aeris has for that. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. How many times have I said that in this walkthrough now? No, that is not where I meant to go. No, don't go out of the room. No, don't climb the ladder. That's not what I meant to do. Save the game here if you want. Okay, I made sure I saved there just in case I screwed this up, which I did. There are a couple of items we can get here, but you can only get them by falling through these train tracks. The problem is that you have to hold a certain direction in order to get them. So for the first one, you need to hold to the left. Hold to the left and press the OK button repeatedly. And then we'll fall over to the left side here. Get up, Cloud, come on. And then we climb our way back up here and grab it. Once you have broken through those tracks and fallen through, you can't go through the hole again. So you only have 2 shots at this to get those 2 items. So for the first one, you gotta hold left. This is a W machine gun. That's a double growth materia, or a double materia growth weapon for Barret, if you're interested in that. In case you're curious about the enemies around here, they're very standard fare. Just used Materia magic with Barret and limit breaks to kill them. They're very easy. Okay, for this one, we want to hold to the right. To the right. And then press square or circle repeatedly. And we'll land over here on the right side. And we get a star pendant. Not that useful, but it's there for you if you want it. And up here to the left, we have a couple more items. Turbo ether, which is awesome. Oh, and then you can press this circle button to just jump out of those if you want to. And the transform materia. Transform materia, basically that's your mini and toad spell. When it's level 1, I believe it's a midi spell, and when it's level 2, it gets the toad spell. So, not that useful in this game. I don't really use it, so. Tifa's cheering us on. Alright, we need to come around this way, and it might be kind of like hard to see that you can go in here, but yeah, step into this little shack here and go ahead and switch the lever, and what it does is it lowers the tracks there on the bottom next to where our other party members were so that they can cross. And now we can cross there as well. We basically have to go back, but before you do that, I want to show you guys something. If you come over here, you'll hear some birds chirping. You can climb up this way. And we'll find a little bird's nest. And there's some treasure there that we can take. You can see the treasure chests. The treasure is 10 Phoenix Downs. Basically, if you take the treasure, you're going to have to fight these chicks' mother. Very easy enemy. We've already fought basically the same enemy a couple times on the way here. So you can kill these birds' mother and take their treasure if you want, but screw that. I don't need 10 Phoenix Downs because I'm not going to die anyway, so I'm not just gonna freaking like murder these birds' mother over 10 Phoenix Downs. Not worth it. No matter what you decide to do there, it has no effect on the affection of your party members for some reason. I don't know why. It's a totally useless choice. Lots of 5 enemy formations in this area, which equates to a lot of kills for Barret. He should have that next limit break in no time. Okay, we've almost made it to the next town. Just a little further. This next screen really impressed me back when the game first came out. There was just something about this shot here that always really stuck with me as a kid. You can run into bombs on this bridge, and in typical Final Fantasy style, they self-destruct if you don't kill them fast enough, so use the Shiva summon on them to take care of them quickly. I shouldn't say quickly, those summon animations take freaking forever. Luckily, they're not nearly as long as they are in Final Fantasy VIII. Oh my fetch, the animations take so long in Final Fantasy VIII. It's stupid. Like, especially for how essential summons are in that game. You're using them all the time. And it just takes like almost a full minute every time. What the f... Jeez, dude, just punch him straight in the face. Seems like these people don't really care for Barret very much. This must have been his old hometown. Now it's just a bunch of tents. All the buildings have been turned to rubble. Okay, there aren't really any items or anything we can pick up here except for one in this tent here. Go to the back and you can get around this character. It's not easy to do. She will walk around you and you can get an ether in this pot. But getting back around again, also not terribly easy, but you can get it figured out. Anyways, if you talk to people here, they'll basically complain about how much Barret sucks. One thing we need to do for sure before moving on is get 30,000 gil. I was a little overzealous in my spending back in Costa del Sol, bought a bunch of materia I don't really need, and so now we're gonna have to sell some stuff, because we need 30,000 gil. So my recommendation is to sell ethers for sure. We have 19 of them. How much money will that make us? That'll make us plenty of money. Ethers are worth a lot. So that's always a good way to spend it. Let's see. Now we need to head around to the left here. And up this way, and the rest of our party will be waiting for us next to this lift. We'll get some nice background here on Barret. This whole section of the game is kind of dedicated to his backstory, so I'll be quiet for this part. This is actually one of my favorite sections of the whole game, so I won't ruin it with my commentary. Okay, let's go ahead and get on this, I don't know if you call it a tram or a lift, but it's taking us to a place called the Gold Saucer, so that's where we need to head next. Kind of seems like an inappropriate time to do this, but there's nowhere else to go. Gotta go this way. I mean, you could leave North Corel, you could like leave the town and go back to the world map, but you can't really proceed from there. We're kind of blocked off in this area for now, so we have to go to the Gold Saucer. Alright, we've made it to the Gold Saucer. The Gold Saucer is essentially just a giant amusement park. And the reason we wanted to get 30,000 gil was because we can buy a lifetime pass to the Gold Saucer for 30,000 gil. It is totally worth it. We're going to be coming back here a lot. There are tons of mini games here, lots of stuff to unlock, lots of stuff to do. We're not going to be doing it all right now. We're basically just going to proceed with the storyline events because there are certain things that we can't do. They're kind of locked off to us anyways. But go ahead and buy the lifetime pass so that we can just come back here whenever we want, and that way we'll be able to come back and do all that other extra minigame and side quest stuff later on. Also, she's explaining here that currency on the Gold Saucer is GP, so you have to basically obtain GP here on the Gold Saucer in order to, do anything. You have to use GP to play any of the games, or bet on it, on like the chocobo races. Anything you do here you have to do with GP. Even the save point, you have to use GP to use a save point here. For the time being, we're not going to be getting any GP, but we'll get it soon enough. I actually have a really easy way of obtaining a lot of GP really fast. Okay, be very careful who you talk to first here. There's going to be an affection boost depending on who you talk to. You're going to be able to choose right now one character to go with you to kind of explore the Gold Saucer. So if I were to talk to Tifa first, it'll give me an option like take Tifa or don't. If you take her, you get an affection boost. If you don't take her, it lowers her affection. However, you cannot then go and pick Eris and get an affection boost with her. It only works with the very first person you talk to. So if you're looking to date Barret, you're actually going to want to choose Red 13 because, you have to talk to Red 13 and take him with you so that you don't get an affection boost with the other characters. This is the only character you can talk to first and then talk to someone else and still get the affection boost with the second person. But anybody else, you talk to Yuffie first, you will not get a chance to get it with those two, and vice versa. So I'm going to take Eris with me for this playthrough. On my PlayStation 1 run of the game, I am actually boosting Tifa's affection so I can get her on the date, and I'll show that off when the time comes. Okay, very first thing we want to do is go here to Ghost Square. There's another Turtles Paradise flyer we can find in here. Sorry that I didn't get the second one. It kind of just totally, I just spaced on that one. It was back at the Shinra building. We will have a chance to go back and get it later, so we haven't missed out on it entirely. I put an annotation in that video so that you guys will know where it is, but I totally forgot to pick it up, so. Anyways, grab that first, and then head to Wonder Square next, which is this one. Love the music here. So we got a fortune teller here. And it's a little easier to see with this version of the game than in the original version of the game, but the character we're talking to is actually that cat that's riding the Moogle suit. This is Kate Sith. And he's one of the more useless, I think, characters in this game. He only has 2 limit breaks, and they're both random. I don't know, he's just not a super useful character. However, he does come with very, very useful equipment. One materia he comes with in particular is the manipulate materia, which is so essential for learning for learning enemy skills. Basically, it allows you to take control of an enemy and then control its attacks, so you can get it to attack you with certain skills that you want to learn. Very, very important materia, and very useful. Otherwise, I don't really like Cait Sith much. He's probably my least favorite character in the game. Well, I don't want to say that. But to avoid spoilers, I won't tell you why I am saying that. we'll find out later. Some pretty cool revelations with this character, we'll just say that. Very interesting fortune there. Does it have any significance? We'll find out later. So he has to come with us because he wants to make sure that his fortune comes true. So he's basically going to force himself into our party. First thing you want to do is remove his silver armlet. Get rid of that thing. Give him a Shinra beta or something. We're going to want to use that soon. Also, get rid of his materia. We're not going to be fighting with him anytime soon, so don't worry about that. Just make sure you unequip all of his stuff, because we want to use it on other characters. Whoops, this is not where I wanted to go. I want to go to Battle Square. Okay, so we've arrived at Battle Square, and that Shinra soldier just freaking keeled over and died. It's a freaking massacre that went on in here. Uh-oh. Looks like Barret lost it. Who the freak is this guy, and why is he wearing a Speedo? Character's actually pretty important. Well, important here on the Gold Saucer anyway. But for now, we gotta freaking run for our lives, because these guys think that we killed all those soldiers. Uh-oh. Alright, time to fight a boss. What? Oh, you're telling me, after all the bosses we've fought so far, that we couldn't have, fought these things off? Well, looks like we're gonna have to pay the penalty for a crime we didn't commit. Down below. They're gonna put us in prison. This is a desert prison down below the Gold Saucer. It's basically just a wide, huge desert of quicksand, as they'll be explaining here. So you can't really escape, because it's a natural prison. Pretty cool idea. I really like the imagery there of a natural prison where it's impossible to escape. because of, you know, the environmental hazards. Nice going, Barret. You got us all caught. Alright. Right when I said I wasn't going to find any battles, we get a battle. I'm actually going to save it right now and call the episode. This guy kind of follows you around just to be annoying. You talk to him, he just laughs at you. Anyways, let me know if you have any questions in the comments. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.